Well, good morning, you sexy mother hubbards. It's time for an alternative paper review. First up to the Daily Mirror, who lead with Nightmare After Christmas. So this is the big political story of the day, isn't it? That politicians in the House of Commons last night were really, they were trying hard to decide whether it was the morally, economically, politically correct thing to do to send society's most desperate, i.e. asylum seekers, off to a third world country that the UN, the British High Court, the ECHR, and, if we're honest, most of their own party's politicians all agree is probably not a safe place to ship your refugees off to. Will it deter people from getting into the small boats? No. Will it be cheaper for the UK? Also no. But did that stop the party of fiscal responsibility from wavering it through? Also no. Now, my friendlier, frequent and fervent viewers will be aware that we were all expecting this bill to fail yesterday. There were wide reports that Sunak just didn't have the numbers to get it through. However, after a charm offensive, a silver spoon breakfast in which various promises, commitments and possible compromises, interpret that as you wish, were made yesterday, finally, as everybody went to the vote, it appears that there is now a majority of 44. And the bill will now pass through to, is it second reading or third in January? And so with absolutely zero journo-political integrity, CCHQ's staff pamphlet, or Daily Express to the layman, go with victory for the PM. And look, guys, it's not fashionable to say, but I have to say, that number of conversions from no's to yeses is actually quite inspiring, you know? I want to know who their flyer it is. Like, how do you get that number of people who were previously like, no, into the yes corridor, into your venue of choice? I've done the Fringe. Do you know how hard that is? I suppose a more troubling way of reading this might be that given that so many Conservative MPs are in trouble for a particular type of crime, is it outside of the realms of possibility that they're just reading people saying no as yes? You know, like, no means no. Oh, really? Well, I'm going to pretend that you meant yes. Anyway, there is, of course, lots of tabloid talk this morning about showdowns and Sunak seeing off the rebels. Which I think is sweet, you know? It's an almost childlike take on what has happened. Like, is that actually what you think happened? You think there was a showdown? I'll tell you what happened. He bought them all breakfast. He made a load of promises about constituency funding. I'll build you a new statue. I'll give you a peerage. And then a few hours later, magically, they all voted it through. And look, I'm not judging. I too could be bought. I mean, I would have voted against that bill, just like I will vote against the Tories at the next GE, unless you cut me a check, Rishi, for 10 mil of that Rwanda cash. You think I've got principles? I have bills.